In 2014, photographer Matthew Paley traveled to Crete, Greece's largest island, to learn about the diet and lifestyle of the Cretan people. Here, he talks about his experience and shows photos from his trip.
And so I went to Crete, and I didn't go to one specific area. I went all around Crete, but I ended up spending quite a lot of time in central Crete, where there was Crete is written. There's about 600,000 people living in Crete. This is breakfast, the first day. And people adapt to anything. All these areas I visited, traditionally, if they eat only traditional food, they're all fit as hell. I was lucky, I was there exactly a year ago, and it was time of horta. Horta means herbs, wild herbs. And so I see this old woman on the second or third day walking around, and I follow her, and she's got this super sharp knife. I'm like, whoa, easy. And what is she doing? She just laid down under the olive tree, and she started to gather all these various wild chicory, wild fennels, all this just goodness. It's just, it was a really beautiful scene. And so I followed her. She didn't have enough space into her apron, so she started to take off her stuff and roll all the wild herbs in it. It was a very beautiful moment. Vangelia, her name is 80-something-year-old woman. And then she goes back, and her daughters are there, and they start to go through all the hortas, clean them, separate the different kinds. Any average Cretan woman would give you about 20-25 names of wild herbs and go in the field and find them and be able to know that this is still part of their knowledge. I was really blown away by this. And then they mix it with eggs. They make this dolma with stuffed grape leaves. And then they pulled out this dish, geranium leaves fried in olive oil. Even the French fries are always fried in olive oil. There's no other oil than olive. This is tuna plant, I was told. It's beetroot. It tastes like earth. Beautiful. With oranges, they mix that. Driving around Crete, we pass vineyards. Wine comes around 4,000 or 5,000 years ago from that part of the world. Pass olive groves. Olive oil is like, the quintessential stuff you think of when you think of Mediterranean diet.
As Paley continued driving around, he met people who were self-sufficient and living off their vegetable gardens. He stopped in a coffee shop where locals were having their breakfast. He ended up in central Crete, in a village called Marinos, where he was invited to dine with a local family.
This is Saturday afternoon at the Mosconas in this little village, and they just eat, man. There's wine everywhere and drinking, and they're coming back from the field. People are going. There's so much noise. Could be in Italy, in my mind. I was like, wow, my God, the noise level in here. And so they're having chicken from the farm. They're having lots of snails all the time, all year round. They have wild asparagus. They have fava beans, sardines, wine. They eat a lot of snail there all the time. It's full of omega-3. There's no fat in it. It's super good for you.
So the Mediterranean diet isn't just healthy. It also emphasizes the joyous social nature of food. It's not surprising then that, overall, Crete residents enjoy a good quality of life.